Think Again by Adam Grant is a powerful exploration of the importance of rethinking and unlearning. The core idea of the book is that intelligence is not just about thinking fast or having the right answers, but about the ability to rethink and question our beliefs, opinions, and assumptions. Grant argues that in a rapidly changing world, success depends not only on how much we know, but on how willing we are to admit what we don't know and update our views accordingly. The book is structured around encouraging individuals, teams, and societies to develop a mindset of rethinking. 1. The value of rethinking. Grant emphasizes that it's more important to be flexible in thinking than rigid in being right. For example, imagine a doctor who sticks to an outdated diagnosis despite new evidence. The better doctor is the one who can say, "I was wrong," and make a new diagnosis based on updated tests. 2. The 4 modes of thinking: preacher, prosecutor, politician, and scientist. Most people act like preachers, defending beliefs, prosecutors, attacking others' views, or politicians, seeking approval. But Grant encourages us to think like scientists, constantly testing hypotheses and being open to being wrong. For instance, if you're in a debate and just trying to win, prosecutor, you're not learning. But if you approach it like a scientist, you're curious and willing to change your mind if presented with new evidence. 3. Confidence versus competence. Confidence is believing you can do something. Competence is actually being able to do it. Overconfidence leads to errors. For example, a student might think they've mastered a topic because they got a high score once, but real competence comes from continuous learning and questioning. 4. Detach your identity from your beliefs. People often tie their identity to their ideas, so changing those ideas feels like an attack on who they are. Grant advises seeing beliefs as temporary and adaptable. For example, if someone grows up believing one political idea, but new information contradicts it, it's healthier to update their view than cling to it out of loyalty to their past self. 5. The joy of being wrong. Being wrong is an opportunity to learn. It's not a failure. For example, if a business owner realizes their marketing strategy isn't working, that discovery can lead to a better plan and greater success if they're open to change. 6. Rethinking in relationships. In conversations, rather than trying to win, aim to understand. Listening actively and asking questions helps both sides grow. For example, in a disagreement with a friend, instead of pushing your opinion, ask them why they think the way they do. It might lead both of you to rethink your assumptions. 7. How to encourage rethinking in others. Instead of telling people they're wrong, ask thoughtful questions that guide them to reconsider their stance. For example, if someone believes a false health myth, ask, "What evidence convinced you of that?" Or, "Have you considered this study?" 8. Creating a learning culture. In organizations, leaders should reward people for admitting mistakes and updating their approaches. For instance, a company could have a Best Rethink of the Month award to celebrate adaptability, rather than punishing people for being wrong. 9. Overcoming cognitive biases. Grant highlights how confirmation bias, seeking information that supports our views, and desirability bias, believing what we want to be true, keep us from rethinking. For example, if someone believes all cats are unfriendly, they might only notice grumpy cats and ignore friendly ones. 10. The power of motivational interviewing. This is a technique from psychology that helps people change by letting them find their own reasons for rethinking. For example, a parent helping a child quit smoking might ask, "What do you enjoy about smoking?" followed by, "What are some things you don't enjoy about it?" leading the child to weigh pros and cons without feeling judged. 11. Think like a scientist. Every day, always ask, "What would change my mind?" and "How do I know I'm right?" For example, before starting a new project, list what could go wrong and how you'd adapt, just like a scientist considers possible errors in an experiment. Emonder 12. Teach kids to think again. Instead of praising children for being smart, praise their curiosity and effort. For example, if a child solves a puzzle, say, "I love how you tried different ways until it worked," instead of, "You're so smart." 13. Persuading the unpersuadable. When someone is deeply resistant to changing their mind, don't argue harder. Ask questions that invite them to reflect. For example, if someone denies climate change, instead of quoting facts, you might ask, "What kind of evidence would you find convincing?" On to 14. Unlearning as a superpower. Being able to let go of outdated knowledge is crucial. Just like a software developer needs to update their coding skills as languages evolve, we all need to uninstall old ideas that no longer serve us. 15. Building confidence with humility. You can be confident in your ability to learn and grow while being humble about what you don't know. For example, a teacher might say, "I don't know the answer to that question, but let's find out together," which models curiosity and openness. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get more video like this.